Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Live Better, brought to you by our friends over at Wave Video. Super glad to have you here. Maybe you can hear it. My voice is starting to come back, but I still got a little bit of that little soft tone. So sit back, enjoy, and relax. It's got that little relaxing vibe, I hope. Maybe it doesn't. I could be completely wrong, but I'm glad to have you here. I hope you've had a great week so far. Welcome to the middle of it. We are going to be doing some fun things today. We've got a special guest who is going to be helping us learn how to talk to the camera and use the camera like a pro when you go live, because I know that's something a lot of us kind of freak out about when that camera comes on. Where do I look? Am I looking in the right place? Where's my eyes? That's okay. Our guest, Matt Haas, today, I almost said Haas after just talking with him about the fact that it's pronounced Haas, but that's all right. Another thing you're going to find out, we all make mistakes, and that's why we're here each week, so that we can learn together how to live better. Now, we want to make sure that you never miss out on anything, and so make sure you go to the website wave.video. You can follow us on YouTube or on Facebook. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, sign up with your email, press all the things so that we can send you all the things, notifications of when we're going to go live, new features, new releases, and a training or two to help you use the tools a little bit better. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. As always, each week we give away great prizes, but to qualify, we want you to engage with us today, and our lovely producers behind the scenes will be choosing those winners from those of you who are asking your questions to Matt, engaging, commenting, having fun with us. And two lucky winners, of course, are going to win the coveted Yellow Chad sticker pack. Actually, it's a Wave Video sticker pack, but, I call it the Yellow Chad sticker pack. And our grand prize winner today is going to receive beta test access to our new live streaming tool that all of you have been talking about, hearing about, waiting for patiently. We do have a few beta testers right now who are helping us getting it ready to open up to the rest of you. But if you'd like to be one of those select few right now, today, one, make sure you have a wave.video account, and in the comments throughout the show, we want you to say hashtag Wave Video if you'd like a chance to win. So there you go. Without further ado, let's bring in the one and only, the man who said if I don't interrupt him, he'll just talk for an hour straight, Matt Haas.
Hello. Hi, Chad.
Hey, wow. Warning, tech overload.
Tech overload is good on my end.
So our team over at Wave, they heard from email correspondence and also feedback from me that you're kind of, a self-proclaimed tech geek. So that's why they put that warning overload fun little blurb in there, which, by the way, they did not tell me, and that's the first time I watched the intro video, so I kind of freaked out at first because my first thought was, oh, he did that, but no, I didn't give you permissions in the live studio to do that kind of thing, and so I did freak out for a minute, wondered what was going on.
Geek is a term of endearment in my household. I love that term. It's even in my personal email address. I have the word geek. Love it.
That's hilarious. Even the music that they chose for the countdown and for the intro, they sent to me and they said, we tried to find something that was kind of geeky.
I love the retro 80s vibe. I got a lot of 80s memorabilia in my background.
Wow. Now, let me ask you, the Apple coffee mug, I know it's got that 80s vibe, but is it actually that old?
I bought this in 1987 from store.apple.com. So if you want it, you can go back in time to 1987 and buy it yourself. Or 97. I think it was 90. I think I got it. Anyway, I love it. Look, it's the original logo.
That's crazy. It brings me back to middle school.
This is the most expensive logo. They had to do 4-color printing on letterhead and on their, and it was a nightmare for the company.
Right. The poor guy who had to, use the mimeograph machine and crank it with his arm.
Oh,
Uh,
love it.
most people here are like, what are they talking about? They're old. That's like our version of churning butter, right? We had to crank the mimeograph machine arm.
Smelling the mimeograph was the best thing. That purple ink, loved it.
Get a little on your fingertips if you handled it wrong. Oh,
You
that is
know it.
hilarious. Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen, what my wife made for me. That's right, it is a Wave Video Yellow Chad mug.
What?
I know. She got into this whole sublimation thing now, so she's making T-shirts for schools. It's gone crazy. She's been doing it for about a month, and it's just gone nuts. So anyway, but we're not here to talk about her. We're here to talk about you and about this whole talking to the camera and live streaming and looking like a pro. And guys, make sure you're asking any questions that you might have for Matt. But let's just talk about live streaming. Obviously, you've had coffee mugs for a long time, but how long have you been doing the live streaming game?
About 3.5 years. I've done many, 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 many live streams. I am at episode, 168 on my weekly show over on All Things YouTube. That's my YouTube channel, and I'm in the chat as All Things YouTube. But now I'm streaming 6 times a week on my own channels and 2 additional times on other people's channels. So I'm minimum 8 times a week, but I often go live even more than that. So average about 10 times a week now. Now I am.
So, what was the draw? What inspired you to just get this live streaming bug?
It's the people. It's connecting with people. I am naturally just a people person. I'm the type of person that can go up, start talking to someone I don't even know, and then just have a conversation. I used to, before the year that shall not be named, I had a meetup on meetup.com. It's like a social media platform, but in real life. So I would say, we're going here on this date and we're all going to eat tacos. And I would get 40 people RSVP and about half show up. That's the typical ratio. So I would literally eat dinner with 20 strangers every month, and we would eat tacos. Not plush tacos like this one, but we would eat like real tacos. And
wow.
Just because I like talking to people, and that's what drew me to live streaming, is you can have engagement with your audience. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I was talking to someone the other day, commenting on their live show, and they were talking about monetizing and growing and all of that. And I said the best thing about live streaming are the conversations you're able to start that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
wow. And it's the teacher becomes the student sometimes as well, because you can offer a tip or a lesson or a piece of encouragement, and you might get back something you didn't think of. So I love when that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially when you're doing interview style shows, and then people are bringing in some of their audience to your show, and then now you're meeting people you wouldn't have met before as well. It's an incredible tool. But as you started doing it, by the way, folks, make sure you're sending in your questions and commenting for your chance to win. We'll be doing a giveaway later, Yellow Chad, Wave Video sticker packs. And if you comment hashtag Wave Video, then you're going to be entered to win access today to the new beta testing of our new live platform, which Matt has also had a chance to mess around with. But as you were doing the live streaming, when did you realize, you know what? I need to work on this whole talking to the camera thing.
Gotcha. Well, it's something that has persisted even before I started live streaming. I was public speaking twice a month at a meeting. I was a former elected official, and you have to speak in front of the public because people, show up in the room and they want to watch you do the meeting, and you have to speak and present and make your case. I'm like, I need to get better at that. So I started that a while ago before I started live streaming, but it's always been ever present that you of what needs to change. And can I just lead off with the biggest tip out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's you need to watch yourself back. Now, I know you can do a live stream for 20 minutes. You mean I got to watch 20 minutes? I just did 20 minutes. I remember what I said. No, watch yourself back because you have the most critical eye. You will know the mannerisms that you're doing. You will know the speech patterns that you're doing and what's working and what isn't working for your own tastes. And other people are very easily clued into that as well. One thing people do as a society, and everyone does this, is they can pick up on if you are genuine or not. If you're really jazzed about the subject, they can instantly know if you are genuine and if you're really excited about this. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube. I consult people to be better on YouTube. And I've seen it so many times. Channel ramps up, they're having success. And before you know it, they're dialing it in. And it can be perceived every time by every person. It's just something people do very well. They're very good at picking up on that type of thing. So if you take nothing away from this session, watch to the end, because I've got 22 other tips which you don't want to miss. But the biggest tip of all is watch yourself back. And when you watch yourself back, don't take notes, don't track it, don't punish yourself. Just absorb what you're doing and then try and improve the next time you go live. And every time you go live, you'll be 1% better.
I've got a couple people who have said that my audio sounds a little low. Part of it said I've got this little rasp in my voice, but I'll try.
I noticed you're only coming through on the left channel, at least on my end.
Yeah, that's a quirky thing with the mixer that needs to be fixed. But
okay.
But that being said, all right, I'll talk closer to the mic so that you guys that this should work a little better now for you guys. What do you do now? What helps you get into that right mindset so that you're able to talk to the lens like it's a person, like it's your audience, and forget that it's a camera, that you're alone?
Yeah, and you've made up a great point there, because you're talking to a camera. It's plastic and glass, and no one else is in this room with me. Now, you're here and I'm talking to you, of course, but when you're live streaming solo, which happens a lot, or when you're just making a YouTube video talking to the camera, it's just you and the camera. So there's a couple things I do to get in the right mindset. I am a big fan of the bullet points. So when before I'm live streaming, I will bullet point what I'm going to talk about and then speak naturally. That is what works for 95% of the people out there. I am strongly against teleprompters and reading everything that you say. It can be done, and it can be done successfully, but the labor involved in prepping your paragraphs in natural sounding speech and then delivering that naturally sounding is something that takes perfecting, and most people out of the gate can't nail it. It's much more difficult to do a teleprompter properly. And I know, just thinking about it, like, oh, of course, reading what I'm going to say is so much easier. It just sounds like it would be so much easier. No, it's not. You have to spend 10 times the labor making your paragraphs perfect and then actually delivering it properly. So, and if you could do it, great. I mean, I'm not 100% against teleprompters, and kudos to you if you can do it. But for the average person, for about 95% of the population, that's not the way to go. Bullet points. bullet point what you want to say. And your question was, you know, what gets me ready? It's having that removes that obstacle. And I don't like obstacles. I try and remove all of the obstacles. And by having that there, I know I can come on stream and just deliver and not have any awkward pauses or anything like that.
Sure, right. But nobody wants dead air. And those of us who spent time in radio know that, like, dead air, even for a moment, like then the phone's ringing, the station manager's calling. Why was there dead air? Why was there dead air? And it's like, I don't know. I sneezed.
Let me pick up on another thing, because, you know, the goal is to make it seem like you're talking to one person. Like that's the mindset you have to have. And I've got a lot of tips to help that happen. But Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, everyone's familiar with that kids show. He started out by saying hello neighbor. Right. He didn't say hello neighbors. It wasn't plural. That was very specific, because his on-camera delivery was talking to one child. You know, and
I can take myself back there immediately, and that is what it felt like. I think that's why the kids, we all had that great relationship. Like, we thought Mr. Rogers knew us.
Exactly. And that's what you want to have. Now, you'll never get to the point where you'll trick someone watching your live stream into thinking you're talking to them, but you need to get closer. And here are some tips to make that happen. All right?
All right.
Look at the lens, the actual lens of the camera. Don't look at the monitor. Like, I'm looking at myself now. Now I'm looking at the lens.
Right.
It's subtle, but a big difference. When you're talking to someone in real life, you're looking at them. So look at that's number 2. If there's 2 things you take away, it's those 2 things. Looking at the lens being one.
I keep saying that the company who creates a laptop with a killer camera, but that is built in behind the screen, right dead center at eye level, is going to make a killing.
I even saw this product. I don't know what it is or where to get it. I don't recommend it, but it was a clear strip of plastic, and you can mount your webcam on your monitor, and you would have to kind of look past the thing. It was a not so perfect solution, but it was speaking to that topipic. So
no, absolutely. Because especially people who are using external, not using the webcam that's right at the tip of the screen, they're using other cameras. They're how do you put? This is kind of off script a little bit here for us, and also people are asking if we can get all of the tips later, and we'll put them maybe into our blog post that we do after the show. Also, if you can hear me better now, please let me know. Everybody told me it wasn't loud enough. What about placing the camera?
Okay. The conventional wisdom is to be at eye level or slightly above. It's the most flattering, because if you're looking, if it's looking up at you, you get up the nostrils, and you get the double chin sort of happens more. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. I mean, you should be yourself. But I'm a big fan of eye level or slightly above, looking down. As your primary camera. Now I've got GoPros over here. I've got the bald spot cam behind me for the wide shot of the room. Like I have fun with it, with multiple cameras for different purposes. But talking head, that's the most flattering position. I have other tips to make it sound like a natural conversation. And I will copy and paste all of these for Chad, and he can publish them. But I also have a video on All Things YouTube channel that is 32 tips to talk to the camera, and these are all broken out there as well.
Awesome. And we've got a link for you guys to his YouTube channel. And Matt, if you want to send me the link to that actual video, we'll make sure that we share that out as well. So what are there tips or tricks that you use to help yourself look more, for lack of a better term, realistic? They're not so robotic, that to make people feel like, okay, not only is he talking to me, but he's like relaxed, and this is is a conversation.
I'm a big fan of this next tip, and then I want to come back to more ways to make it seem like a natural conversation. But be yourself. No one wants a stuffy shirt with a plain background. I have all kinds of funky things in my background. I've got coin-operated video games. I don't have any content about coin-operated video games. I have 80s memorabilia. I don't have any content about that. I have an instrument which I never use on my All Things YouTube live show. It just be loose, be yourself. Don't be a stuffy shirt. If you're a hand talker, talk with your hands. I'm a big fan of that. People want to see a real person, and all of that helps, especially with coming through the year that shall not be named, when celebrities started pointing cameras at themselves and doing that. You saw them in a not so polished light. You can deliver absolute professional content and have coin-op video game memorabilia in the background. It does not matter to people watching video in this day and age. It used to matter. It doesn't anymore. So be loose, be yourself, put things on the set that relate to you. Doesn't have to relate to your topic, and deliver.
I love this comment.
Yeah.
That is a pretty confident looking stormtrooper right there. And also thanks, Rich Vibes. Which I understand Rich, I was told, is a radio DJ overseas. So thank you, Rich Vibes, for the tip. I upped the gain a little bit. I'm not sure what got changed on my settings overnight.
He has a show on Mixcloud, which allows copyright music. They have a deal with the record company. So he spins DJ music for 2 hours Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
Same channel as his name. There's a plug for you, Rich. I expect my royalty check by Monday. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Let me go back to a few other tips to have a natural conversation.
Let's do that.
Okay. So here are things that can get you closer to a natural conversation. I love what I'm about to tell you. Write this down. Do the technique where you ask a question and then answer it. That type of cadence and that type of structure feels like a two-way thing. Now, of course, you yourself are asking the question and you yourself are answering it, but to the viewer, it feels like a conversation. Like if you were to say, what was the, now, here's how not to do it. You know, the Motorola Microtac 650 was the best phone in 1983. Like you could say that, like that's okay. Or you could ask a question. You could say, what was the best cell phone in 1983? It was the Motorola TAC 650. Like it makes it seem like a conversation, and that seems like more natural speech, and you will come across better on your live stream. I love asking the question and answering. I do it all the time. And when I was watching myself back, I'm like, I could have asked a question and answered it. Like I just blurted something out. Mm-hmm. You got to get into it. People love that.
I love that. Kate's asking, by the way, about the lights, the line of lights behind you. She wants to know if that's to keep your head aligned or if that's just a coincidence.
I do like to put myself, not like this. I have a graphic design background. I went to college for commercial art and visual communication. So I'm very particular about symmetry and position and white space. So
you can't help but notice it now, right? He's way to go, Kate. You've totally distracted Matt now. He's like, every time he looks straight at the camera, he's fine. But if he glances down, he's noticing whether or not his head is lined up just right in between the lights. That is hilarious.
Here's another more natural speech tip. If you're not sure what to say, just be silent. Silence is much better for you than inserting a non-English sound like or ah, things like that. Now, those aren't bad in general. However, if you just pause your speech while you're thinking of what to say instead of saying Now, I will say and ah. I haven't completely eliminated it,
Of course.
but it will be better for you because during that pause, the audience will hyper focus. They're like, oh, he's going to say something great. So you'll get them hanging on a little bit longer if you just pause your speech rather than filling it with a non-word sound. Now, what happened to me, in fairness, as I was going through this exercise of going live, watching myself back, taking mental notes, repeating, I would replace the ums and ahs with English words that were not necessary. So I like the word so, I just did it. I would start sentences off with that words. I would do like this. So I love this because it has two sides to it and I can hold it up to the camera and it's kind of a fun thing to do. Like, I don't need the word so. So was my filler word. So then my next exercise was to start to tease out English words that were not necessary to complete the sentence. And this was just something that I worked on over time. So
how do you do it? How does somebody make themselves aware and break the cycle?
Watching yourself back every time.
Right.
Here's something you can do. 10 minutes, turn on the camera. Doesn't have to be live, just record it locally. Talk to the camera about a subject, turn it off, come back the next day. Day 2, watch yourself back. And then record another 10 minutes. Next day, repeat. If you do that 10 times in a row, there will be a noticeable difference. Will it be a huge difference? No, but it will be noticeable. And I hate to break it to the audience. This is not a quick fix. This will be a slow improvement. It will be 10 times longer if you don't watch yourself back. But you will get better if you watch yourself back slowly. 100 opportunities, 100 different live streams or 100 different exercises like this, you will get a lot better. But you got to watch yourself back. You just can't go live 100 times and not watch yourself back. That keeps you stagnant.
Right. Yeah, because if you're just constantly practicing, you're just making things permanent that you're doing. Yeah. Right. And so you want to be able to make the tweaks. Someone did ask about the teleprompter. I'll let you know if you want to go back and watch the early part of this. We did discuss that, so there will be some things. Those of you who are just joining us, by the way, Matt Haas here is a self-proclaimed tech geek, loves gadgets, loves to play, does website design, he's a graphic guy, also does some woodworking. We are going to be giving away, to those of you who are engaging with us today, 2 lucky winners, of course, the coveted Wave Video sticker pack that has what everyone wants, Yellow Chad, who's also on my mug that my wife made. Isn't that great? Wave Video, love it. And our grand prize winner, make sure that you comment hashtag Wave Video to be entered to get access today to the beta test of our live stream platform that right now, less than 100 people have access to this right now. So it's a big deal, and you'll get to play around and see all the cool little features and things that we've done. And I will spend time with you and show those to you one-on-one.
Here's a good tip. Can I throw something out?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so if you find you're saying ums and ahs and these filler words, here's an exercise you can do on camera.
Okay.
Slow down the pace of your speech, even just a little bit. Your mind thinks super fast. Like, people can think rapid fire. Just slowing down, even if you slow down 10 or 20%, it will improve your delivery exponentially. So if you slow down a little bit, it'll improve a good amount. If you slow down even longer, it will improve exponentially more. That is a huge exercise you can do that will deliver results. Because I'm a fast talker. Like, I think fast and I talk fast. But not everyone is like that. slow it down just a tad. It works wonders. Okay.
Now, you did say, if you get to this point where you're not sure what to say and you want to start breaking these and ah habits, take a moment, be silent, take the pause. What's the difference between a pause and dead air?
Well, of course, you don't want it to drone on and on and on. Then play a sound effect. Put something on screen. You do put a comment on the screen. Like if you don't know what to say, then you might be done being on the air. Turn it off. You should only deliver content as much as you're delivering value. I mean, don't lock yourself into, well, my show's 45 minutes. I'm going to go to. This is the internet, folks. This isn't broadcast television. You can end it when you want to end it. I do a morning live show Monday through Friday on my other channel, Awesome Fun Things. And I talk about what's happening in my day, what I have completed, what I want to complete, usually something content creation wise. But when I'm done, I'm done. I try and do between 5 and 10 minutes. Like I'm not going to drone out a 5-minute thought to 10, because then you're going to get the dead air that you talked about. And nobody wants that. And heart pumping fast. I hear you, brother. It's a scary type of thing to just be able to go. And that's actually a good tip on, Matt, what should my YouTube channel be about? I don't get that one very often, but the answer to that sort of speaks to the heart pumping comment is, what topic could you speak an hour about with no preparation?
Right.
Whatever that answer is, that's your YouTube channel. And that can help reduce the heart pumping type of thing, because you know what you want to say. See, it's the obstacle remover that stops your heart from beating like that. Do I know what I'm going to say? I got my bulleted list. What's the tech like? Oh, I did my tech check. I have a checklist before I go live, which you can get for free if you sign up for my email newsletter. It's an instant download. I give you my to-do list, and I go through everything I do to make sure the tech is right, because I don't want to worry about it when I go live. When I go live, I'm on. Right. I don't want any spots where I'm not delivering content. And I even try and time it, because now that I'm using some services that make you go multiple places at once, there's sort of like a 2 to 3.5 to 4 second lag. And I'm trying to figure out when is the actual time I'm because it goes red. You get the red live button.
Right.
And then it's like somewhere between, but I want to time it. Like, I don't even want to waste a 1.5 of just, anyway.
Speaking of going live multiple places, you guys right now with the Wave, the new Wave live stream tool that's part of the whole Wave studio, we can do anywhere on Facebook, pages, groups, personal profiles. You can go live on YouTube. Here shortly, our TMP will be available, and LinkedIn is right around the corner. And after that, we've prioritized Twitter. And if there's other places you live stream that you think would be helpful, of course, let us know. In the meantime, let's keep going. Another question here. How have you measured like your success, your progress? What were milestones where you were like, you know what, I'm better?
Well, getting better talking to the camera is a slow grind, and you can jump back 6 months ago and look at your stuff, and that's how you can measure that type of thing. I mean, I'm an analytical type person. I mean, I know I'm an artist, as I said, but I'm also a web developer. And most people don't have both of those skills. That's usually farmed out to two separate groups of people. Not me. I'm this weird combination. So I am the person that likes to track and likes to collect the data and analyze the data. But success on camera, it's all about how you perceive yourself when you watch yourself back. Now, there's success in business. I tend to measure success as to things that relate to sales, because anything else, like, you can look at heat maps and you can look at number of likes. You can look at the traction that you're getting as far as engagement. But if you're in it business wise, the real only metric is it relating to more sales? Is it relating to more AdSense revenue? If you're in the YouTube partner program and you're putting the ads on and YouTube is sharing the revenue from the ads, or is it the merch or things, the super chats, the stream elements tips? As a content creator, you have to have multiple income streams, or you would be crazy not to have multiple income streams. So that's the real definition of success. But you'll know if your live streams are getting a larger audience. You'll know by the number of comments. If you're the type of person to take questions, I don't recommend everyone have an open Q&A type session.
Sure.
But if you are, you can gauge by the number of questions you're getting. There's lots of things that you will just intuitively know. Are you doing better or not? YouTube makes it easy. You can look at the analytics of each of your live streams, and I just, oh, okay, I had 56 viewers this day. Oh, now I have 74. It makes it pretty easy.
What's been your biggest challenge as far as talking to the camera and making the stream what it is you want to be? What's been your biggest skill you had to struggle with overcoming or creating?
Well, that's a big topic, because it can move into tech and it can move into content. The tech answer has always been audio. I thought video would be the hardest thing to get my head around. And it is difficult in many respects, because video is still images over time. And you have to edit that in your video editing application if you're doing edited videos. And you have a 2D computer monitor and you're editing something that happens over time. It's kind of a hard conceptual thing to grasp, but that was super easy. As hard as that is, that was cake compared to audio. Audio has been the bane of my existence from the very beginning. I bought this microphone because my audio was so horrible. I didn't know what else to do. I'm like, maybe if I just buy pro level gear, I'll start sounding better. And I kind of did, but kind of didn't. It's been a hard learning curve. I have the Rodecaster Pro, which I flip and love. That thing is an amazing tool, modern tool. I mean, who has a 1-inch record button on their device? The Rodecaster Pro does. You go in these other mixers and it's the same size button as anything. I mean, it's just very well engineered and all top-notch materials. But audio has been my biggest challenge. And I think it has to do with you can't visually see anything with audio. Now, they do kind of have the waveform, but it's mostly an abstract thing. So that's been tough. Content-wise, it's always been what I'm going to say. That's the hardest thing. If I'm going up, I'm prepping a live stream, I need to have a topic. I used to just say, okay, it's open Q&A night. And those, I did that for a couple of weeks, and the channel sort of meandered, and, it didn't really go up or it didn't really go down. But then I'm like, okay, this live stream, this is our topic. And then it's open Q&A all night. Because I'm at the point where I'm not, when you first start out, you have 1 or 2 people, if anyone at all. But once you can start taking open Q&A, if that's what you want to do, that's what I do. But it's the content. It's just coming up with something that people will want to know and need to know, and prepping the material to deliver the value. I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I follow the world technology news just for funsies, like what the companies are doing, how the companies are thinking, what initiatives they're planning, like what are the executives thinking? Like there 3 executives just left YouTube on the same day. Top level executives. I'm kind of freaking out about that, but that's the type of thing. And I'm like, is that going to be good for my audience? And maybe yes, maybe no. So it's just the prep. If it's not something I feel comfortable about, I don't go live or I don't make a video about. So it's prepping. Like, do I have enough bullet points? That's the hardest thing. If I don't, then I'll choose a different topic or not do that video, or I'll insert. I'll never not do a live stream. I stream Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern on All Things YouTube. I'm always going to be doing that. But if I'm struggling with the topic, I'll swap in another topic that's better.
Someone was asking if about tools with multiple cameras, like an A10 Mini, things like that. Everybody has different things. There's lots of different tools out there. I know you do the multiple camera thing, and you're getting now to play around with the new Wave Studio that actually lets you add multiple cameras right into the tool, so you can switch them or have them both up at the same time.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the capture cards, taking the HDMI devices through capture cards. Then systems like Wave.video or other live streaming tools can see them as independent cameras. With the A10 Mini, it's one video input source to the computer, and that gets a little tricky. And also, the A10 Mini locks you in at 30 frames a second. So if you're trying to do something with the A10 Mini, recorded video or otherwise, you can't pass that barrier. So that might be something. I don't have any plans to have an A10 Mini. My plan is to just grow the number of capture cards and just roll with that. Now, maybe there will be something I do along the lines where the A10 Mini would make sense, but I don't see that in my future. Not that it's not a good tool. People use it and it's very successful, but it has that weird, I don't want to say quirk, just the nature of the business. It's one input source. Input source. And so, and when you when you shoot video, like it's 1983 again, I'm on film cameras. No, just kidding. It's the lights flicker like this old MIDI keyboard. See that flickering? It doesn't flicker when you look at it. It's just a low hertz rate. And the A10 Mini flickers if you put it on camera. Like, not that you have to put your A10 Mini on.
Wow.
That's super minor. But yeah, the one input source is just a dynamic. You're just going to have to factor in. A lot of people that have the A10 Mini, they get these elaborate routines where multiple things trigger. Like, you've got to be good at kind of putting in the input, or the not code, but setting it up so it can do multiple things at once. And then don't expect to go higher than 30 frames a second with the A10.
Yeah, I mean, it serves its point. It does what it does. And of course, a lot of people here that we have in our audience, they're just starting to stream, or they're wanting to maybe take it to the next level. And of course, that's one of the reasons that they've created Wave, the new tool that we're using here, and added the ability to just add another camera. So if you have another camera with a capture card going into your computer, and your computer can handle multiple cameras, right now they'll let you add up to 6.
Or webcams with USB. I mean, the whole point is just to get whatever the camera source is into USB, whether it's a nice mirrorless camera or a GoPro through a capture card to give you that USB, or just a webcam that is only USB. Doesn't matter.
What are probably the top 2 or 3 mistakes people do consistently make when it comes to going live and talking to the camera?
Well, not looking at the lens is one, and mistakes.
That's probably the biggest one, I would think.
Don't start a half thought. Like, if you don't know where you're gonna go, don't go there, because you'll meander to the middle and then you'll stop. So when you're live, because again, your brain can think a lot faster than you can speak, and you'll have your complete thought in your mind, and then it'll take you time to speak it. But if you don't have the complete thought, don't jump in with that. Also, the mistake is not amping up your delivery. The camera will zap your energy. And if you talk just like you normally talk, it's going to sound so dull. It sort of dulls you a lot. It's so if you're amped up at 2 times, it'll bring you back down to normal. So you've got to amp yourself up just to sound like you're talking normal. And you got to amp yourself up 3 times to sound like you're actually amped up.
No, that's absolutely true. And I'm an old theater guy, right? And so when you're on a stage, people are a lot further away when they're seeing you. So everything has to be bigger. And so it's the same concept, but a lot more of it is with your voice inflection and the things that you're saying. So that's
I don't
that's
talk
a
like
great
this
point.
normally. I'll talk like this. Hi, Chad. Oh, I have an answer for that. That's me talking normally. How was that energy? Not very good. Or you can say,
Right.
"Hi, Chad. This is how I talk." But it's got to be genuine. You can't kind of force it. But you've got to amp it. The problem, the thing people don't do is they don't amp up their delivery. Got to amp it up. Inflection, monotone, bad. You have to hit the certain points. Like, this pencil is awesome. The Stream Deck is amazing. Although I've got the little mini 6 one, I need to desperately upgrade.
This mug is so awesome.
Yeah. Venture Forward. That's a cool channel right there. John Ventrini. He lets me on his live streams at 6:30 Eastern on Fridays, and I don't know why he keeps inviting me back, because my only goal is to bring down the show. Like, if I don't take the show off the rails, then I've failed. And he just keeps inviting me back.
Maybe he likes the challenge.
I don't know.
Like, you make him better. He knows, if I can get through another show with Matt.
Yeah, that's the type of show where there's never a topic. Like, we talk about whatever we want, and sometimes it goes crazy places. So people tune in, they're like, "What are Matt and John going to talk about today?"
Those are fun, and you need that, right? Because a lot of times we do these shows, and if you just become this talking head, and it doesn't sound conversational, they don't feel connected to you, and it's also just something, well, I can just Google this or whatever. Then you're kind of wasting your time, and people are going to just go somewhere else. So being able to also entertain at the same time is huge. And I know you do a great job with that. And not only does Matt do a great job with that, but no one lines up their head between lights the way Matt does. It's so funny. That was...
The way you've got this purple border here, I feel like I have to even position it centered on the screen, like between this distance needs to be the same.
How many shows bring on a guest and make sure that the overlay is color coordinated with their backdrop? I mean, that's caring. That's next level caring is what that is. Hey guys, let's take a quick second and let's give some stuff away. All right. So my producers have filled me in, and we have 3 winners. Second and third place are going to have sent to them our sticker pack, the Wave Live Video sticker pack. That includes this guy, #Yellow Chad, which, by the way, if you do an Instagram story and you search for Yellow Chad in the stickers, yes, he will even show up there. Our lucky winners of the stickers today, which, by the way, make sure you let us know how to get in touch with you so we can send those to you, are Lyle Weber and Harry the Big Dog Jameson.
Awesome. Congratulations, you two.
That's quite the name right there. And as our grand prize winner, who is going to get access today to the Wave Livestream Beta. Make sure you have your Wave account set up. Message me. I can help you with this and show you around if you want a little tour. Is... You have to have a drum roll. It's like, it's obligatory, right?
I love it.
It's just how it is. Is the one and only, the man who made sure I was starting to sound better, and maybe will help me later to sound better, because I always want to sound better, is Rich Vibes. crowd goes
Awesome.
wild. So congratulations, Rich. You are part of that. If you are on Facebook, also get in touch with us. We have a private beta testing group where we can share different things. So you will be able to be a part of that before it's released broad.
Chad, can I do the Oprah giveaway?
Yeah.
Oprah style giveaway.
Here we go.
I have a course that's free on how to be awesome on YouTube. If you go to allthingsyoutube.com. Now here's the secret. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone else. No, I'm just kidding. There's a button that says free preview. It sounds like you're only going to get a small snippet. No, you get 32 lessons. If you go to allthingsyoutube.com and sign up for my course, just choose the free preview and you will get a full syllabus of how to be awesome on YouTube for free. Everyone, you get a car, you get a car, you get the training, you get the training.
Yeah, but it's not really a car. It's not really a car. I'm covering the legal team over at Wave.
Okay,
it's not really a car.
Scratch car and insert YouTube training. So that's out there for you. Allthingsyoutube.com. 32 lesson full course. And I've gotten business advice saying, Matt, don't have anything for free of that caliber. People are going to perceive your free price point as low value. You need to charge something for it. But I don't follow the business advice. I have it for free. So if you lock in now, you can lock in the forever free. Maybe it will not be free in the future. I don't have plans to do that. But once you're locked in at forever free, you'll have that. So that's available to you if you want.
Awesome. And we just put in the comments there, claim your prize, you can contact Yulia at wave.video. Now, Harry says he already won some stickers, and being a giving person, he wants someone else to win the stickers today. So I'll tell you what, as we wrap up in these last few minutes, if you comment #YellowChad, we will pick one of you, and you can have Harry the Big Dog Jameson's sticker pack. We'll send it to you. So #YellowChad, and we'll get the stickers over to one of you. So, all right. So if someone wants to start improving and getting better with the camera performance right now, I know there are 22 tips that we're going to get and share later.
Right.
But what are 3 things they can start doing right now?
Someone had a question. Where's the button? There's a green free preview button on allthingsyoutube.com. So that's what you can do. First of all, watch yourself back. That is the biggest improvement thing you can do. Obviously, look at the lens and slow down your speech a little bit. 3 things you can do to improve. And do not be under the false impression that this is a fast improvement process. This will be a slow improvement process. You will not improve at all if you do not watch yourself back. But if you watch yourself back, you will get small wins each time. And after 10 opportunities, you'll be better. After 100, I know 100 sounds like a lot. It's not really that much. I go live 5 times a week. I started in the last week of August. I'm already at 104. So it does. Yeah, there you go. 3 things you can do.
For those who are asking the question, what are we looking at? The free preview button?
Right there, free preview.
Gotcha.
Bam. It makes you think.
Right there.
It does allude that you're not getting a full course, but hey, that's just the way it is. It's really the full 32 lessons. Now there are 5 additional lessons you can optionally pay $15 to unlock, but you will get everything that you need. The 5 lessons are kind of like advanced type things, but right. Yeah, you'll get what you need from the free preview, and that's there for you, for everyone. Everyone, anyone who wants it can have it.
We had a few people with the hashtag YellowChad, and I tell you what, My producers haven't gotten back to me on that, but so I'm just going to make the call. The Venture Forward.
Hey, John Ventrini owns that channel. Good deal.
Yeah, get in touch with us, and we will get you some the Wave Video sticker pack. So fun stuff. Matt, thanks so much for hanging out and being here with us. You will be excited, by the way, next week. We have the one and only John Pullum. I know.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
He is a cool guy. He'll be here next week with us, and that should be an incredible time, so you won't want to miss that. He's a heck of a guy. He's going to be talking with us on how to engage with the audience is going to be his main focus, and he's incredibly good at that. Once again, MattHaas.com, all things YouTube.com. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel, and we will get those tips and make sure that those are published so the rest of you guys can have them. Once again, Matt, thanks so much for taking time out and sharing your wisdom and your knowledge with us.
Chad, thanks for giving me time. I appreciate it. I hope this was helpful, everyone. Be awesome on the interwebs. You can do it.
The comments have been nothing but, wow, what great info. They've loved everything that they've taken. I also get things out of this because, as I say every week when we come together on this show, the goal is that we all learn together how to live better.